The castle to your left. This was for many, many centuries the residence where these type of sovereigns, the prince bishops that we will discuss. I want you also to take a look upon this little church in yellow for your left. It is also a very, very important church for the history of Wurzburg and also for the history of Europe. Because I got to tell you a sad story. In March 45, all you see was actually destroyed. 90% of the city was bombed, and the city was so drastically damaged that actually much of the buildings that you're seeing right now were no more than dust in that period. Just after the Second World War.
UNESCO World Heritage Palace served as a home for Wurzburg's powerful prince bishops of the Catholic Church in the 1700s. It's known for extravagant artistic design and Baroque architecture.
To the Bavarian king Wurzburg, grandfather of the crazy king Ludwig II, who built that stunning castle in Upper Bavaria, which Disneyland so famously copied, Schloss Neuschwanstein. This king was born in this castle here because after Napoleon, the Bavarian kings were our rulers and they took hold of this castle.
This fountain in front of the palace symbolizes Franconia, holding the Franconia storm flag in one hand and a laurel wreath in the other. To access the second floor rooms, visitors walk up this impressive staircase that consists of 3 flights. Above is the world's largest ceiling fresco, painted by Giovanni Battista Tiepolo. This enormous fresco shows an allegorical scene, Apollo and the 4 continents. In the center is Apollo, surrounded by America, Africa, Asia, and Europe, represented by women in local garbs and scenes from that continent. The chapel is small in size, but richly decorated with stucco and marble sculptures, dome vaults, and frescoes. Many historians consider it to be one of the best preserved 18th century religious buildings in Germany. These extensive gardens were built between 1735 and 1804. Of course, there's no pictures inside of any kind, no backpacks, no large purses, no, but you have to wear a mask. And out here, this is getting to be mid-September, so the gardens are not at their best. But this was probably a very nice place to spend an afternoon. These are heavily pruned as they are in France. It looks like we've got somebody underneath here. There's someone under this one too. Sculpture depicts the mythological rape or abduction of Persephone. Actually, Hades kidnapped her with the permission of her father Zeus.
The river Main, and out of his jars are coming all the goods of Franconia, especially the grapes. The coat of arms in the center is that of the city town of Wurzburg. Well, you know all it in the old times, everybody need to come here to fetch their water because we didn't have the water mains for everybody. If you go...
This is a cathedral. It's the back side of that cathedral.
Actually standing on the cemetery. No more graves underneath here. And I will try to explain you how we became such a Catholic town. It starts over there with that big tree in the top. You see 3 Irish monks. They came here in the 800s and tried to teach us Christianity. We didn't like it. We beheaded them. In the center is Saint Kilian, who is now our patron saint on the side. 400 years, we only bridged over the line. Everywhere else you needed.
This is the front of the church with the 3 Irish bishops buried in it.
Look at those 2 large figures.
89, St. Kilian and his companions, Saints Coleman and Tottenham, were beheaded by orders of the Duke of Wurzburg, whom Kilian had supposedly converted and baptized. Later in 752, the Bishop of Wurzburg had their relics transferred to this cathedral.
Now, there is one custom attached to it. We don't do it in the big cities, but every village does it, I can guarantee you. That this pole is put up in the first week before May. And in the night to the first week there will be all merry-go-rounds and festivities around. It is utterly custom to try to steal the neighboring village pole, fire alarms and whatever, to get hold of those sticks from anybody else. If they have been able to secure it, it's huge embarrassment. And the village has to pay a ransom. A couple of barrels of beer, donation to the volunteer fire brigade, or a charity, or you name it. Otherwise you have found yourself without that pole on the 1st of May, which is absolutely not possible. Yeah, you have to
St. Mary's Chapel.
There's a stunning Mary figure on top of it. It's winged with the wind also, and believe it or not, it's 4 meters 70 high. Yeah?
This is a chapel located in the inner court of the Marienburg fortress. It's the oldest church in Wurzburg and the oldest building in the fortress. Jesus is sliding into the ear of Mary from God. The ear was the entry to the soul in early Christian philosophy. Jews of Wurzburg are commemorated by these cobblestones embedded in the sidewalks in front of the former houses and workplaces of the Nazis' victims. Each stone details the name of one victim, their date of birth, and circumstances of their death.
Combination between this young and still active wine. If you buy a bottle here, it's drinkable for today and maximum tomorrow. Digestive system. So if you had any block...
These are artichoke flowers. They're thistles, and when they age, they turn into this. This is a sourdough rye with slow baked. Lasts for the best part of a week. Look at all those big rounds. Nice shopping street. Nice geraniums or pelargoniums, I'm not sure. We're headed towards the old bridge. This is the city hall.
But when he was short of money, he sold it to the citizens. They found themselves with the largest material. There. It is all hand-tended what they do. So if you're one of those, you have a bucket on the back, you walk up and empty your bucket in one of the cars and go the next row down with the bucket and up again. That's what you do. Franconian wine is not made for quantity, it's made for quality. Most of it is white wine. We are predominantly white wine region. The grape of choice is the Silvaner.
We were in a terrible downpour. Heaviest rain, it almost felt like hail. Poured, thunder and lightning. And now that we're back to the boat, thoroughly soaked, it stopped raining.